Hi, in today's video, I will explain why so many companies fail to sustain the growth in their business and some even lose their entire business. Examples of such companies from North America include Blockbuster, BlackBerry, Sears, Compaq, Toys R Us, and People Express, and others. All of these companies had a successful growth for a number of years before they disappear. I will explain using a simple business model one of the common reasons for the failure of these companies. This simple model was developed by professors at MIT. This model has two subsystems, one for the growth and second for the stability of the business. I think business owners must understand this model to comprehend the dynamics of their companies. Towards the end of this video, I will explain what could be the best solution to grow and sustain the business and how this simple model could relate to the success of Amazon. The growth subsystem of this simple model explain as marketing efforts increase, so does the customer. More customer means more revenue, giving ability to invest more in marketing for the following years. Probably this is the reason most of the top companies spend 10 to 25% of their annual budget on marketing. Google alone last year spent 18.5 billion on marketing. Amazon spent 4.47 billion. Procter and Gamble spent 4.3 billion. Walt Disney spent 3 billion and so on. If you look at the increase in revenue of these companies, the Google revenue increased by 400% over the last 10 years, while the revenue of Amazon increased by 700% during the last 10 years. But in reality, the marketing strategy was counterproductive for many companies which had an excellent growth for certain years and eventually failed to survive and went bankrupt. Let me explain how that happened. The speed at which marketing efforts managed to bring the customers created challenges to retain them. Yes, the challenge was to retain the customers. The retention of customers depends on customer satisfaction level. Marketing alone can help in acquiring customers, but retaining of customers is done by a different system within the business. That system is about looking after the quality of services offered to customers. If quality of services is low, then most likely customer satisfaction would also be low. The end result could be reduction in customers. Quality of services could be defined in terms of different ways. For instance, delay in delivering orders. More orders can create delay in delivery. It would be easier to understand if we put together these two subsystems side by side. The growth system for acquiring the customer on the left and stability system for retaining the customers on the right side of this diagram. These systems are interdependent. Performance of one system does affect the performance of the other system. As illustrated in this diagram, initially loop 1 was dominant to acquire customer, but later if quality of services reduces, then loop 2 becomes dominant to limit the growth in customers. I would like to emphasize the company's focus on acquiring the customers through marketing efforts may suffer because they may fail to comprehend the implications of challenges created by rapid increase in the customers through marketing efforts, while companies focusing on retaining the customers eventually succeed in the long run. Here is a sustainable solution. Focus on establishing a system within the business that improves the customer satisfactions. Once we succeed in retaining the customers, they will do the marketing for us. For instance, in this diagram, the loop 3 refers to that system which could offer sustainable solution. The investments in capacity expansion would help in establishing a system that would offer higher quality of services to make sure customers are satisfied. Do not delay the decision of expanding capacity. Most of the business owners fail to fully understand implications of delaying capacity expansion, and by the time they realize the downfall of the business is already in progress, and then it becomes difficult to control. Let's try how this simple model can be applied on a restaurant business. If someone opens a restaurant business and does the marketing that helps to bring the customers, Assume the quality of food is good and customers are served with minimum delay. They will go back and share their experience on social media and with their associates. That might help to bring more customers. Once the number of customers increase, now it is the time for the owner of the restaurant to add more seats. If he delays, then customers has to wait. Once customers wait for a longer period of time, they might start looking for alternate options. If they find alternate option, they will go for it. And by the time if the owner of the restaurant decides to add up the seats, maybe it is too late. The customers are already taken by the other restaurants and it might be difficult for them to come back. Let's talk about Amazon. In my view, the secret of Amazon's success is keeping the standards high for satisfying the customer. They keep on investing in innovative ideas like Amazon Prime that helps to deliver the product faster and at a reduced cost. Such ideas end up generating value for the customers. Once customers are satisfied, they will help to bring more customers. More customers means more opportunities for sellers. So number of sellers will rise. That will create competition, offering products at lower price with more choices, and eventually will bring more customers. This system leads to Amazon sustainable growth. So the takeaway from this video is focus on retaining the customers even though if they are low in number. Second, do not delay the decision of investing in capacity expansion because expanding capacity takes time. Most of the time, owners are aware of the capacity expansion, but they hesitate because they have to sacrifice their short-term profit. But keep in mind, you will be given a very small window to expand the capacity. If you delay it, maybe the downfall of the business starts and it is difficult to control. In my next video, through a simulation model, I will simulate various scenarios to illustrate how capacity expansion could offer sustainable solution. Be sure to check out my channel that includes videos about explaining the underlying process of various complex problems. Such explanation helps to make effective decision. Bye for now. See you in my next video.